Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons17. Tonight I'm joined by my usual group of good-looking men. I'll give the hot tag to my partner to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. And of course, if you like looking up your mama's favorites, check us out on Country Air Official on Facebook and Instagram, and Country Air Brand on Twitter. And I'll pass it off to the senior official.
Hey, what's up, guys? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the ref brand, and Waffles. Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. How was the breakfast hunts this week, guys? I was a homebody. Kate out was nice enough to make breakfast both days. Had some pancakes on Saturday and a sausage and potato bowl on Sunday. Very satisfied.
Nice. We stopped at a diner on Saturday morning, a full packed car, and hit up a nice little bacon, egg, and cheese on an English muffin and a short stack of flapjacks. Damn good combo. It set me up for the whole day.
Hell yeah.
I had Val made Jack some waffles, and whatever he didn't finish some of it, so I took that over. So that's about it.
Oh, that's all right. But you know what? Perch will take it over right now for the banger of the week. What you got, brother?
This week's banger of the week. Here comes a down home tune right here. This is meant for the back roads and the windows down. Definitely a Midwest tune. I feel it whenever out in the countryside. It is a little bit of country. Banger I've been rocking all week. It's got all the feels. Great music. The song is Red Dirt Road by Brooks and Dunn, an old classic.
Oh! I've heard a little Brooks and Dunn. I don't think I've heard that one.
They were in a good episode of King of the Hill many years back, and it was always.
I do think I remember that.
The big country music festival episode. I think Peggy gives a brown Betty that falls into the ground, and they think they're trying to poison Brooks and Dunn. First Brooks and Dunn, now Randy. But no, damn good storytelling music. One of those good songs that hits. Feel it in the soul every time I hear it. Good old Red Dirt Road. Always love it. Banger of this week coming into the new year.
Hell yeah, starting off strong. What, week 2? Yeah, going hard. I'll give that a listen to later. So why don't we get into what we watched this week? There's been a lot of good wrestling over these past 2 weeks. Why don't we kick it back to you, Perch?
Yeah, catching a little bit of AEW. That Samoa Joe and Darby Allin match was damn good. Back and forth. That Seattle crowd was very cool. Samoa Joe giving it to Nick Wayne before the match started. Add a little bit of heat in there and open the door for Darby to come in and start that match off hot. Very fun main event. Really enjoyed it. That Moxley promo was fun too. Microphone going out on him, and he gives a big
way to keep it going.
Gets the crowd back. I think that was the momentum that gave the Seahawks the end to the playoffs right there. Moxley, call it dumb luck, but it's good karma.
Put that fire under Geno Smith.
Yeah. And Moxley and Danielson taking on Top Flight on Friday. Just as good as a matchup can get. Seeing those brothers work their way up to working two of the best wrestlers in the entire world. It goes to show that anything is possible inside this pro wrestling world. A lot of hard work and consistency. So really, really enjoyed that. Some good action all around. Was watching some best of Keiji Muto from 2002, All Japan. He's in a match with Tenryu. Right in the middle of it right now, but a great start. Tenryu comes out and hits a Shining Wizard right off the bat, and totally taunts Muto as he exits the ring slowly, and then met with coming back in. Muto ends up hitting the old Shining Wizard on Tenryu, climbs up, goes for the moonsault, and Tenryu moves. And And that's right where I'm at, right where I paused her. It's a good story. Starting off hot.
There we go. Big moves, big
Love
moves.
it.
Like what? Just like no need to start slow but then speed up. Just go hard from the beginning. Like it.
Oh, yeah, that's the analogy of hit your finish, go for it right away. Like a
Yep.
Chono match, he's that Yakuza kick first move of the match, and maybe even last move of the match. I love
Like we don't get paid by the minute.
it. Great storytelling. And Muda in like '02, talk about a different body size and body shape. There's a man who just he's changed his body to be just a monster. He's
Yeah.
huge in 2002. So cool to see just his character evolve over time. I haven't seen much of the mid 2000s era, so really looking forward to diving more into it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Zach, what have you watched this week?
I did watch Wrestle Kingdom, so I got to watch all of that. Um, I mean, everything was a damn good match. FTR going out there doing their thing. A great tag wrestling, of course. I really enjoyed the match with Anderson and Tama Tonga, though. Just right off the bat, Anderson goes on the jump on his former brother, and just the way they told the story with the stun gun, letting everyone know if the stun gun connects, like that's it.
Yeah.
Um, I enjoy. Like, I mean, of course, like how everyone's talked about the Kenny Omega Will Ospreay match was freaking nuts. Those guys had so much time. I do agree now that I watched it. Zack Sabre Jr. and
Ren
I can't believe
Narita. Yeah,
yeah,
that
they
was
could have got
good.
more time.
Yeah. Should have got more time, but what can you do?
But then, like right when I was like the beginning of the match, like Zack Sabre Jr., like he's a free agent no longer with Suzuki going. Anyone want to have him? I heard he wanted to become the leader, and like literally, like after the match, he joins TMDK, and he's like, "By the way, I'm the leader."
Just in case you guys didn't know.
They're like, guys, like I know you guys just let me join your group, but I'm leading you now.
I'm
Like,
no, yeah, big fan of that for sure.
yeah, but yeah, Wrestle Kingdom got to watch that. I watched a little bit of the AEW with Doc Friday when we were taking care of the Super Ninja business. We did catch the top flight match against uh Black Combat Club, and then we also got to watch the Renegades take on Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Both
Yep.
entertaining. What else? I don't know what else was on AEW because I know I had to bounce shortly after.
Because that's about when we left. They also had the Mike Bennett versus Darby Allin match, which I watched at a later date, which was very good. I don't know everybody else's interactions with Jason Strife. I only got to share a locker room with him once, but he was a guy that was central to Midwest wrestling, helped put a lot of guys on, gave a lot of guys opportunities, whether that's in ring or behind the curtain. So RIP to him. I know he meant a lot to other people, but yep, Mike Bennett and Darby Allin. Bennett had the team Strife on his tape. Damn good match. Darby comes out on top. Crazy to think how long Maria Kanellis has been in the business, though, and like everywhere she's been, she got a lot of little things in that match, but it just like hit me like, God damn, you've been around forever, and it's always been pretty damn good.
Started off in the Divas search and look at her now.
Yeah. What else did I watch? I also watched Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, that Ren Narita match, Ren Narita, Zack Sabre Jr. match. Really wish I would have gotten more time. Tag match FTR versus Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi was of course good. FTR just don't miss nowadays. Osprey Omega probably was the best match on the card. I don't See, that's the thing. I wouldn't have taken time from that match. I unfortunately probably would have taken time from the Okada Jay White match. Was very good. I just wanted more than they gave. So I don't know, maybe they got cut on time. But looking at it, if there was one match I would have taken time from to give Rita and Zack Sabre Jr. more time, it would have been that.
The one thing though is like during the commentary, I don't like they're really putting over the rules of the television title as a hard 15-minute match. Like
Yeah. I
so
think
like
it is very interesting that they're trying to come up with more gimmicks to make things interesting over in New Japan, because they are very much just 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5 type company.
but I do gotta call out because I texted Doc. I watched the battle royal at the beginning, and they ring the bell, and Hikuleo goes over the top rope to chase after Show.
Mhm.
And I was like, wait a minute, like
Yeah. Still a lot of disrespect for the refs over there, but
you were straight over the top just to
yeah.
chase after like.
Yeah. What else? Oh, yeah, the four-way for the light heavyweight title with Hiromu Takahashi, Taiji Ishimori, Master Wato, and the who was the fourth?
Begin with a D, right? The dude that mask. What's his name?
Oh, El Desperado. How could I forget? Yes, El Desperado. Who had a great run with the title, and I was kind of hoping that was my choice to win. So how could I forget?
It's
Yeah,
hard to go against Hiromu at Wrestle Kingdom. It seems like
yeah,
he's
it's hard to go
tested.
against a Robo at Wrestle Kingdom. That boy is good at
He
Wrestle.
reminds me a lot of Saving Gage when I look at his face. I'm like, I see a lot of Saving Gage in his face.
Yeah, they
I
do.
enjoyed when Bone Soldier Ishimori was just chilling on the ramp, and then they all like took each other out, and he's just like calling himself the smartest in the game or whatever.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was good. Yeah, he walks out, they go chase him, but they end up all kind of bumping around him and taking each other out. So he just calmly walks back down the ramp.
Uh,
It's very good. What else? Watching a little bit of Raw now. Solo and Ziggler. Very happy. It looks like they are moving towards bringing the hurt business back. Lashley came back tonight. MVP took care of that Adam Pearce business. So super excited for that. Looks like we're getting a lot more factions in WWE, and I'm a fan of factions.
Did you see Shelton Benjamin? They posted on 20-year anniversary. He like did a little thank you to the crowd and ended by saying, "Now there ain't no stopping me now."
Yep, I did get to see that. I was very happy. Shelton deserves all the love. I think it was I don't remember who it was. I'm not even going to pretend that I think I know who it was, but somebody said that Shelton Benjamin has been so overrated for so long that he's actually probably properly rated now. We just all acknowledge, like, no, yeah, that man is great and deserves more.
Yeah, I feel like he's so underrated right now.
But it's just one of those things, like we all agree that he is better than what he's been presented as, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. My bad.
Yeah. Like there's no question. Like nobody ever argues against that. Like, no, he's not good. It's a weird thing. Why don't we go ahead and talk about our weekends, fellas? Zach, we made Perch start last time. Why don't we talk about what we did?
Bro, yeah, we had one show this weekend, and we were putting a lot of pressure on ourselves for this match. We kept saying how we wanted to steal the show, and we were match one at ICW taking on TAU, Theory of Asian Unity, Wah Ming, and Josiah. They kind of surprised us right at the beginning. They wanted the action to start right away by slapping us in the back.
Yeah. I mean, They were taking this very seriously. They weren't here for the games. It's no secret we're hard hitters, and they threw down the challenge right at the beginning.
Yeah, we ended with a little bit of a chop off. The crowd was super hot. When they realized they couldn't chop down the Gahote and the Outlaw, they decided to take us down a different measure. A little single A takedown, a little bit of a stomp, a little bit of a pose. They
Yeah.
act like we didn't watch all that. But your mama's favorites, we got the jump back, revert. We got set up the chasing the donut with a backdrop on Josiah at the same time.
Yeah, big strong boy Zach did not see that coming.
Hey, let's not talk about not seeing things coming because often we'll get to it. But there's a part where I'm like, he's gonna fucking jump. uh,
Yeah, that was one of those where it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This seems right.
Dude, everything in that match felt right. Even when Wall thought he had the up on us and we were able to get the reverse, I think we threw him off with the drop down on the back instead of the belly. You gone with that beautiful drop kick. Us poetry landing on each other on our feet at the same time.
Yep.
Little nice super kick to Josiah, but unfortunately they were able to out counter the Gahote, put a little bit of a beat down, but
That's what
around
happens
the
when
end,
a heavyweight starts climbing the ropes. That was on me.
yeah, I know. But we got the jump back. We were rolling. We had air buddies set up, and they caught. Wall was able to flip over Josiah into that Darby Allen stunner, take out Doc, hit me with Desperado, and they pulled me to the center. And at this point, I found myself in a double submission. My legs were all tied up. My neck was all tied up. I couldn't move at all. I was trying to get to a rope, couldn't move, and all I see is Doc teetering on the rope. In my head, I'm like, he's gonna fucking jump, and Doc jumps from the second to the top rope with a drop kick straight to Josiah's face.
Yep.
Holy hell!
Yep,
It's
I
like
got a holy shit chant. I was very surprised.
you're sitting there getting choked down. You're looking, you see your partner start looking up at this fan and start looking at the guys, and you're like, oh no, here it comes. And a buzzsaw kick to get the choke off as well.
Yep. Nobody's. I would never let two men on my partner.
Let's see, tag team wrestling.
Yep.
Ended with a crazy corkscrew dive by Doc onto Noir and me connected with the brainbuster on Josiah. I will say those guys earned our respect that night.
Yes, sir. And I think they earned the respect of the ICW crowd. Got both teams chant a holy shit chants. It was a very good night of work. Very proud of those guys. I mean, like I said, we put a lot of pressure on us. But they were taking it very, very seriously, just as serious as us, if not more. So very excited to work those guys any day of the week, any time of day. It was very fun. And shout out to the ICW crowd for being so hot the whole night and working with us when things went awry that night.
Yes, sir. Later that night, Jared Jackson, Mario thought they could just show some disrespect to the tag division, the team division, bro. Uh,
GG.
the team, yeah, they had an opportunity for the ICW tag titles. And instead, they wanted to get the match thrown out, beat up Evil Inside. The Great Outdoors came out to make a small save, but sometimes it's not as good to fight a chair. Luckily, Doc and I were prepared. We're able to take out Marjax and politely ask Evil Inside if we can have a fatal four-way. But looking at the ICW management, now it's going to be a fatal five-way for the tag.
This gauntlet match. It seems that Theory of Age and Unity impressed Dysfunction enough to get themselves thrown into the title picture.
Yes, sir. But what a night. Quick thing. Doc talked about it a little bit, hinted without saying it. Hopefully Tyler Sullivan has a speedy recovery. Had a nasty bump, shoulder. It's not doing so hot, but he was on the way out. He was making jokes about it, trying to keep his spirits high. Just that's how Tyler always is. But you never like to see a guy go down, especially when they're making their return.
Definitely. And Perch. What do you got?
Yeah, I want to send my love for Tyler and hope for a speedy recovery. And also going back to you guys' weekend, something I did watch from last weekend was the TAU promo that they cut leading into that match. Phenomenal, great job. Build up some intrigue, give a little reason behind the fight that's happening in the match that's going on. So, shout out to those guys. Um, Hard work paying off, and cool to see more opportunities coming their way, getting good reps. So yeah, that's cool to hear a successful weekend over there. Um, had things on my end over in Chicago at the historic Talia Hall. Um, Big ballroom, was an old opera venue, like 1890s it opened. Giant stage, huge balconies, um, big place. It's like a nicer version of a Turner Hall without the warped floors and the ceiling coming down. It's a good old venue. And Game Changer Wrestling was in town. So we had a banger of a show. Very fun time. Had a couple of matches. Uh, it's on Fight TV, GCW Save Me from Tally Hall in Chicago. The first match I had was for the GCW Tag Team Championships. Los Macizos, Ciclope and Miedo, against the hometown guys, the Bang Bros, August Matthews and Davey Bang. Uh, Talk about and that crowd was going nuts. Really, for both teams, it was an incredible reception to see the Bang Bros come out on stage to a Chicago crowd as worthy contenders for the GCW Tag Team Championships. Yeah, that place went through the roof. Great match. Good action the entire way through. A couple of doors ended up getting used. Some close falls. But at the end of the day, Ciclope and Miedo come away still the champions of GCW. Very fun time. There was a big SGC against Janela and Jimmy Lloyd match. That was pure chaos all throughout the entire arena. Was working on the ground for that one. And at one point, Justice pulled a balcony dive from
Yep,
way
saw that.
up. And talk about sticking the landing. I was
Yeah.
about maybe about 3 feet away from that door. and and yeah, to see that precision and that grace from that high up, Justice really is a trained, true professional and loves what he does. Incredible. That atmosphere was insane. That entire match. Um, and then my next match of the evening was first time getting to work with legendary Homicide.
Oh.
What a great dude. Just a true veteran of the business, an independent wrestling Hall of Famer. Um, Amazing to have the opportunity to work with him as he took on John Wayne Murdoch in a hell of a hard hitting fight. At one point towards the end, Murdoch gets Homicide in a Koji clutch. And I'm checking on Homicide to see if he wants to give up. He actually grabs my hand and pokes my finger right into John Wayne Murdoch's eye. And that broke old. So, yeah, I let myself get used like that. One thing led to another, and Homicide goes through a door. Man, he's got some
You had to
killer
check the
cutters.
fingers.
I had to check those fingers for real. And Murdoch's eye, make sure that he's still able to compete, in which he was. But he quickly went down to a lariat and some cutters. Yeah, hell of a match. I think it was a second rope cutter that did him in. Homicide came right away the victor. Yeah, damn good match. Fun weekend all around. Yeah, great action in Chicago.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. Yep. Real fun weekend by the crew. Why don't we get into the topic for this week? The biggest event for us at home. Look forward to this every year. Rise to Honor 19? Yes, 19. Hell yeah, let's run down this card and give our opinions. First up, we have Brew City Wrestling Heritage Championship match between CJ Cole and Ethan Matthews. This is a dog collar match. No, Frankie loves himself a dog collar match. What do you guys think about this one?
When was the last time a dog collar match? There's that. I think last time there was a dog collar match was when Bruiser was at Brew City, right? Bruiser, team of Paulie Tomaselli when Hardcore Head couldn't make it
I
against
believe
Max and James.
maybe that sounds about right.
If you think about it, the champion CJ Cole, he's the apex athlete. He does a lot of flying and all that, but it'd be interesting to see how he's gonna work his unique arsenal against Ethan Matthews. Because one quick mistake, Ethan could be smart enough to pull that chain and pull him down by the neck.
My thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly. That dog collar definitely seems to favor the offense of Ethan Matthews over CJ Cole. I know CJ is a inventive young lad. So I'm sure he's not unaware of what this means. So I'm very excited to see um what he comes up with, but just looking at the stipulations of the match, I got to go with Ethan. What do you think, Perch?
Yeah, there's been a lot of good dog collar matches to come through the Waukesha Elks Lodge. Remember good Max Holiday against Onyx way back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, a very, very hard hitting affair. You can't take that dog collar lightly. CJ is got his work cut out for him in this match. Ethan is a tough opponent, so let's see how it goes. But yeah, that dog collar might as well be a third opponent in the match.
Mhm. It's a bit like a handicap match. Next up, we have Brooke Tanner versus the returning Paloma Star. I am actually very excited about this one. I have been very impressed with Brooke in her first few matches here at Brew City Wrestling. And Paloma Star uses sriracha. I love hot sauce, so I am very excited for this match. What do you think, Zach?
Yeah, the women's division looks like it's starting to pick up. Brooks got some steam. She's going into Hall of Honor as the Rookie of the Year. Momentum, but I'm gonna go with Paloma. She's returning to Bruce City. She was in the last time she was at Bruce City. I believe it was a women's championship opportunity match. Um, I just think with her years and experience on the road, Paloma's gonna have this one.
And Perch, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. I want to bet against someone who's receiving an award for the evening. So Brooke is got the favorite in my opinion. Paloma, a true professional. Known her throughout the years. She's been a champion many times over. But yeah, I think Brooke may pull out the victory in this one.
Nice. Next, we have the all important, the most exciting match of the night for sure. The Brew City Wrestling Tag Team Championship match in a tables, ladders, and chairs. Caribbean Arrogance versus Country Air. Zach,
With
what do you think will happen in this match?
Well, Armando wanted to get involved, he could, but Frankie took it upon himself to tell the Caribbeans that Armando will be handcuffed to Frankie DeFalco. The Caribbeans keep talking about how month after month they'll beat everyone fair and square, but seems that when fair doesn't get square enough, Armando Alvarez does come out. Not worried about it though. I predict that Doc and I are gonna finally hold the Bruce City Tag belts. I wouldn't bet against us. None of us have. I don't know if they've been at TLC. I've never have, but 2 rings, ladders, chairs, tables.
Yes,
Let's get stupid.
yes. Perch, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a tough one, guys. I want to bet against the Doc Simmons match though.
Yep. You can put your life savings on that one.
Why
Yeah,
tag with Doc? You can't bet against a Doc Simmons match. So
yep. I know the last time we had tables in our match, they weren't kind to us. But I am hopeful and have uh my heart is filled with jubilee as to think of all the dumb things we're gonna do with 2 rings in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. This has been a long time coming. This is a title that we've wanted for a while. We consider ourselves the best tag team in Wisconsin, and to have not held the belts at home is a bit of a black mark on our record right now. So I expect us to correct that on Saturday.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
the next one, for me at this moment, is the most intriguing. The non-sanctioned match between Tyler Sullivan and JP. We talked about it a little earlier that Tyler did have that serious injury on Saturday, but that is the beauty of a non-sanctioned match. Bruce City Wrestling is not held accountable. We all know that Frank knows his insurance very well. So if he's not being held accountable, he's not being held accountable. We all know Tyler. Tyler has been a big brother to us in this business, and I don't think any of us think that he is somehow not going to show up on Saturday. Um,
Oh,
JP is the wily vet. And not only is he the wily vet, he loves being the wily vet. He loves just being smarter than everybody. He loves going to those old school cheating tactics. He cheats because he likes it, and I definitely respect that. I think this will be very interesting. What do you think, Perch?
And JP's got so many tricks up his sleeve. Um, there's no counting him out from anything. Even if he's down and out, I wouldn't doubt that he's got something hidden to make his way out of it. Almost like a Undertaker in a video game. Right when you have him beat, the lights can go out, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden he's right behind you.
Yep. He loves that too. He loves anything he can draw on. He loves the mysticism. He loves the old school powder in the face.
Yeah.
I am very intrigued by what JP will come up with.
yeah. I mean,
So I
on
think
top of
Tyler's able to climb, but if you can master it, if you can climb it, it's going to be a major accomplishment.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna just say the same thing. Like, if you have asked me last week about this match, I would have said without a doubt Tyler Sullivan's gonna go and beat the hell out of JP. Tyler's going to finally get his hands on JP for all the stuff JP's done. But now it's a different story with the shoulder injury. Like JP, I think he's about to be 22 years in the business. He's not dumb. He knows he has a giant target to go after. If Tyler has if Tyler's gonna have a lot of pride, but JP, I think, is gonna be smart enough to attack that shoulder. So unfortunately, I think JP might steal this one.
Yep. Dark day in Bruce City Wrestling. Next up we have the I Quit match between the bearded bruiser Max Holiday and our champion, the Midwest Slayer, Stacy Shadows. Perch, you're a big Stacy Shadows fan. You're a big Max Holiday fan. Uh, what do you think of this one?
Hell of an intrigue. I wouldn't want to catch either of them on their bad days. Um, I've seen what they've done.
Max has good days.
Childhood, yeah, hard to tell. Hard to tell. Um, yeah, it's going to be a hell of a force. Two worthy champions right there. They both held the title. They're no strangers to the title. They know how to put together a match, and they know how to work a crowd. Um, call it what it will, but the real winner in this match is going to be the fans.
The real winner of this match is Perch because he's just going to enjoy himself.
Banger of a match alert right there.
um, I think this is interesting for me and Zach. Our relationships with both of these wrestlers are no secret. We don't get along with Max, and Stacy has been our mother in the wrestling business, so I'm going with Stacy. Zach, how do you feel?
Well, same. I'm not going against my mom in wrestling, so I think Stacy's gonna get. I think she's gonna get all three guys to say I quit. Sure.
I would very much enjoy that. We don't have the best relationship with any of those guys.
Yes, sir. So Stacy, just make all three guys quit and continue your dominant reign as the world champion.
Nice. Ugh. And last but not least, at least what I have.
You forgot one.
Okay, I figured I would. What is the one I am forgetting?
I'm assuming you're about to go to the big main event,
Yeah.
but we also have a fans bring the weapon match.
Oh God, I totally I that it is on my list and I just went over it.
Yes.
I shit. Damn it. All right. The last second to last, but that means it is definitely not the least. We have the fans bring the weapons match. Baxter Belafonte versus the other returning superstar of Brew City Wrestling, Mav Boone. Mav Boone made his return 2 months ago and laid down the challenge to Baxter Belafonte. Baxter has been riding high the past year. He's got a new kid. He did not have to take the loss to Gunner at last year's Rise to Honor. He's been on a little kick the past few months since he's returned this fall. I think this one will be very interesting. I'm gonna have to go with Mav. I think once he steps through that curtain and that crowd hits, everything's going to go white, and he's just going to get in the zone, and he's going to, he had his war with dysfunction. He is very well versed in using weapons. After that, I just have to go with Mav. Zach, how do you feel?
I don't know, man. Like Mav took a year off. I know he's a former world champion. I know there's a lot of built up frustration, but I don't know, man. I think Baxter, like Baxter's always had something to prove. I always felt like back in the luxurious one when Baxter was like in the about to have a kid, everyone kind of forgot about Baxter because he was doing his own thing, and the focus was mainly on Mav and Ethan, and Baxter has like a point to prove that he wasn't the lackey of that group. So then we give the edge to Baxter.
Yeah, can't argue with that logic. Perch.
Yeah, babyface Mav and a heel Baxter right there. It's going to be a hell of a match. Both of them are no strangers to ripping on the crowd, and both of them can really work a crowd too. So I think it's going to be a good one. I wouldn't bet against Pop Baxter though. He's got a kid that he's got to defend.
Oh, yep,
And
he
if
does
Mav,
have that dad strength now.
yeah,
You
if Mav
automatically
tries
get
to
it when you
step
have a
on it,
kid.
I'll give him that extra brute strength, and I think that even if Mav has Baxter down and out and bleeding and on his knees about to beg for mercy, I think Bax is still going to find that extra gear and find a way to come up with the victory.
Nice, nice, nice.
Both of these guys are not strangers to being very bloody at Rise.
No, they aren't. Yeah, while Mav may have the advantage offensively because of that feud with this, Dax is not exactly a virgin at this. Our first Rise, those images of Baxter, I think, are going to live with me forever. And he kept going. So should be a fun one. And actually, the last one, because I counted on my partner to remind me for the one I would undoubtedly forget, because I think I have forgotten one every time that we have done this podcast. It is the very first time in Wisconsin indie wrestling history. 2 rings, 1 cage, War Games. On one side, we have the Freak Show Killers, Salem Crane, the Brothers of Funstruction, Yabo and Ruffo, and Kizile. And representing for the home team, we've got the one-man Riot Squad, Gunnar Wicks, the Unholy One, Sean Priest, Demented Chucky Bates, and the franchise, Dysfunction. Perch, you love yourself some Wisconsin indie wrestling history. This has to be a big deal to you.
Yeah, this is a big one here. First BCW show I went to was a War Games match. 1 ring, 1 cage. But it stuck with me forever. Yeah, the intrigue right here is incredible. People around the whole state are buzzing. When you get a cage match in town, it's a big deal. When you get 2 rings and 1 giant cage, it's an even bigger deal. Definitely going to be a little a dot on the radar of professional wrestling on the independent level throughout the Midwest, and going to be a great atmosphere on hand. Dysfunction inside that double cage, holy smokes! I wouldn't want to be locked inside of there with him. Um, Saw a picture earlier today of Dysfunction and Joey Jett carrying their tag team titles,
Yep, that did
and
come
that
up.
was one of my favorite runs throughout the entire year, um, and really throughout Bruce City and the most recent history. Dysfunction and Joey Jett. So the fact of Dis inside that cage, they would be able to take my money, and I'd be a happy camper regardless of the results. So win or lose, I want to see Dis tear some people up inside.
Of course. Zach, how are you feeling about this one? Do you think this match is going to top ours?
I don't know. I think it's gonna be close. This is a historic match. Two rings, war games. They're gonna have to think outside the box though if they want to try to do as stupid as we are. Um, but I would not bet like Chucky Bates is having his I would say his Jordan years coming. He has not missed. He's the ICW tag champion, FTW tag champion, MIAW world champion. He's going with a lot of
Oh shit, Chucky? Yeah. Like as soon as you said it, like, damn, yeah, Chucky. Chucky's had a year.
yeah, so I think Chucky's like having that year. He's finding himself. He in a way you gotta think Chucky's kind of the leader of this group, and Salem Crane has been messing with Chucky for the last few months. Gunner Wicks as well. Killer Instinct was a dominant tag team. They have held the Bruce A Tag Championships twice. The Dysfunction has held all those belts, and then you got Sean Priest in the mix. Chucky has that pass with him. They're the current tag champs. So there's a lot of unity. Chucky's held the tag title of each member of his team. Each member of his team
Yeah.
have each member of his team has tagged. We've talked about how cool Sean and Tyler look. Sean and Gunner look together. I know Gunner's tagged with him with this at MIAW. And Sean and Dysfunction have had a great history together. So like you got all that unity with kind of a new face, Yabo and Ruffo, they're not too they just arrived in December, but obviously Salem's been in the talks with them for a while. Kazile's a little bit of a wild factor, but I'm not betting against the home team, so I'm going team Bates.
Your logic forced me to change my answer. Um, uh, unfortunately, I have in my short career kind of become a veteran of cage matches. Um, and the unpredictability factor is a huge thing. The variables you can't account for. So at first, I did give the edge to the outsiders here. Like you said, Ruffo and Yabo just got here. They're an unknown factor. Kizile have not been here very much. Um, so really, the only known factor, and I'm a big guy about tape study. The only one that you can really look at is Salem. Um, there's tons of information out there on Gunner, on Chucky, on Sean, on Dis, but then you do bring up, yeah, Chucky has tagged with all of these guys. Chucky has held gold with all of these guys. That is should be a very tight unit. And
I got one. What Perch said earlier. You don't bet against someone winning an award that night because of the momentum. Salem did win the present category this year.
Yep, Salem did win the present category. So in terms of that and the things that can go on in a cage match, I had given the advantage to Salem's team, but you bring up a good point. There's a lot of chemistry on that side. All those guys have tagged together. They've held just about all the gold that you can in Bruce City Wrestling. Each of them actually. So I think I'm changing my bet to the Chucky team. Chucky in in his own ways has been very excited for this match and coming up with all sorts of crazy ideas that his voices have been telling him. So when you got his teammates in there that know him well and obviously know how to corral him in for the big moments, I think I'm gonna have to give it to the home team now. Any final thoughts on the Rise to Honor card, guys? I know I'm just super happy and looking forward to it. This will be my fourth one, maybe fourth one. I'm gonna say fourth.
Yeah, I think this is my third.
So looking forward to it.
But I'm same looking forward to it. For those who have not got tickets, I'm just saying, like, this is a show. This is the show that you don't want to miss.
Pretty
It's always a
sure
big
first and
deal.
second row are damn near sold out. I know first row is sold out. Second row might have a few tickets left. So get on it if you're trying to head out.
Yeah, so definitely show up early. There might be doing some stuff before the matches start. I heard the rumor was the Hall of Honor might go on before the show. So show up just in case. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a great match, great event, great wrestling. This is when you want to talk about big shows, this is like ACW always goes all out for the WrestleCon. You have Blizzard Brawl. This is Bruce City's biggest show of the year, so everyone has that pressure to do something outside the box, and everyone wants to steal the show. So you're going to see a lot of matches like who have potential match of the night.
Definitely. And with that, why don't we move on to? I mean, it's not really much more to say. Does anybody else? I guess Perch.
What do
Do
you
you
got going
have
on?
anything going on this weekend?
Yeah, we got a freelance wrestling on Independent Wrestling TV this Saturday night. If you're at Rise to Honor, go ahead and catch the replay Sunday morning. Should be a damn good time. We got Ricky Morton in the house. He's going up for the Freelance Wrestling World Championship. Should be a damn good affair. And his son, Kerry Morton, is going to be defending the NWA World's Junior Heavyweight Championship. It should be a really good time. Logan Square Auditorium, 8 o'clock on IWTV, Saturday night. Freelance.
Gotta give it up to Kerry. Kerry is trying to make that cruiserweight title more important than 10 pounds of gold right now, it seems.
Yeah, and he's out there defending it, boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Got to see him defended last weekend in New Jersey, and we'll see how he fares this upcoming weekend in Chicago. But really given good intrigue to the championships and accomplishments throughout the wrestling world.
Is he wrestling? Is it GPA he's challenging for the belt, or who is the guy wrestling him?
That's the matchup for the weekend. Is GPA going up against Kerry Morton.
Oh yeah, shout out to GPA for getting a shot at the NWA juniors title.
Hell yeah. Deserved. Zach, you got anything else this weekend besides Rise to Honor?
As of right now, no. I mean, we've put out some feelers for the 13th. Some of the companies told us to let us know, but as of right now, it's gonna get, I guess, prepped up for the big show.
Hell yeah, and same here. So with that, let's move on to final thoughts and questions. Zach, do you have any final thoughts or questions?
I mean, I think we kind of put it all over. First of all, when you guys can, the match will be on YouTube. I would highly recommend watching us versus TAU. Those guys are a bunch of little cocky assholes, but to be those kind of older brothers and see where they were, and just we've wrestled them twice, and just the difference in the match quality with these guys, how much you just tell how much these guys are busting their ass. And like Doc said, we wrestle them any day of the week. I came back super pumped to love that match. There's no better way than starting off 2023 than with a great match, and like those guys brought it. So TAU is definitely a team that on the come up. But they're learning from some of the best. I know I know Waz ridden with Perch and got to pick his mind. When Doc and I were at camp and they were forming as a tag team, they asked us for opinions on how to become how to work better. I know they're traveling with the Caribbeans as well, so like you gotta watch out. You don't want your minds tainted like the big step. But overall, man, just two good guys. Some guys who are like just showing the hope that like people are still doing that drive, still paying those dues, and I wish nothing but the best of them. And definitely looking forward to us versus them number 3. Other than that, Rise to Honor. We got new shirts coming out. The first editions of the Treehouse of Champions will be on sale at Rise. So, guys, we've heard a lot of fans telling us they want more Simpson shirts, more new merch. We're here to try to supply it to you guys. So, yeah, shirts will go on sale at Rise. But again, show up, man. Maverick Boone's back. It looks like the women's division is going to be starting back up 2023. It looks like that's going to start catching fire. The tag division is going to start stepping up with champions who are willing to defend the titles and not run away.
Definitely. Perch, final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, I saw the Batman, the newest one.
Oh,
Damn,
yes.
what a good movie.
Yep,
What a good
enjoyed it.
movie.
Enjoyed it.
I haven't seen a Batman since the Heath Ledger as the Joker. And I went back and watched the first one in that trilogy maybe about 6 years ago or so. So I haven't seen a Batman in a long time. But what blew me away was the villains in this one. I don't want to give anything away for anyone who hasn't seen it, but man, they deliver. Just the acting in that movie is superb. Batman's much more of a detective in this one than a straight up, badass.
Yes.
I love it.
Young, my mind is my best weapon right now.
Yeah, yep. And best looking Batmobile I've ever seen. And a great
Ooh,
scene
I'm
with it.
I'm a big fan of that 1960s original one.
Oh yeah, the boat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
But
that's a
it is
beautiful
a
one.
good one. It is a good one.
But yeah, this one too, damn good. A real good movie. A long in, but a good storytelling. If it was a VHS, it would definitely be like a double,
Two
like Titanic.
taper.
It would be a double VHS, like Shawshank Redemption
And
or
Titanic, yeah.
Titanic. Um, but yeah, in modern day, as far as a modern action kind of little bit of horror and suspense thriller, just a modern spectacle. Damn good movie.
Yeah, yep, that one was fun. Wasn't a fan of the love story, but that was really my only complaint about it, I believe. Might have to watch it again.
I'm with you on that love story part though. Like that one was a little, I
Yeah,
was
that
with
was
you.
like my only complaint. We could have just done without this. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Me and Kate, I enjoyed it. For me, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all the social medias. If you can't make it to Rise of Honor this week, head on down to Chicago and check out the Freelance Homies and Perch. Tell promotions to book us because we like to do stuff in front of you. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. 1.